like that.
Oh, is that what you're out?
Yeah.
Who's the party?
Gallagher and Cecile, but they have the old original series Star Trek, or I think they look kind of fancy for original series, so it might be like a middle series, or maybe even the new like Discovery series. This is like what is this series? Next Generation and Voyager with Captain Picard and Janeway. So yeah, it's science stuff.
Did you already have that?
No, I bought this off of Amazon. But this is definitely something I will wear in the future. That being said, ladies might be familiar with this. This is the first ever shirt as a guy that I've owned that zips up in the back. So literally I had to have my wife like zip me up today because you can't have a zipper in the middle. It messes up how the shirt looks. So that was a little bit weird, but yeah, it's know that when you get out of high school, there will be no dress-up days. And so if you like costumes or Halloween or whatever, participate in these days on homecoming. Yeah, I mean it's
us three.
Even if it's just something like normal that you have at home, you don't have to buy anything. Wear a Hawaiian shirt or something, or do a little bit of dress up, because when it's adult time, it's wear the same thing every day forever until you die. And that's not fun. You gotta have some dress up days. You gotta live a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, so I got 2 more things coming this week. Well, Friday's just Spirit Day, and it's just a half day, but tomorrow I'm gonna have a character day, and then for Halloween I'll probably dress up as my hockey player guy. Everybody online heard that too. Now everybody's gonna know. No, it's not a big deal. Just turn your ringer off. So here we go. Today, don't read my emails. Let's see. Nope. YouTube, nope. I don't even have the right thing pulled up. Here we go. Sapling. We just have one assignment today. It's not very long. It's 9 questions. We have a little bit of a PowerPoint to go through. I don't even know how I was pulling up Sapling. Really just have the PowerPoint. So what we're doing today, we're starting the first chapter of actual chemistry. Chapter 1 was more general science things. Right up here, we're in chapter 2, section 1. And so this is going to be properties and changes. And to be honest, I probably could have shoved 2 assignments in here today. But we just like to take it slow a little bit at the beginning, because there will be plenty of time for really hard stuff where we work all class period long. Today's not one of those days. This assignment is just intensive and, I said it backwards. Extensive and intensive properties. And to be honest, I probably should have looked at the PowerPoint before, because this is just one slide. That's all we have to go over today is one slide. The next slide gets to something else. So what is extensive and intensive? First off, think of extensive as like the beginning part, like the word exterior. So these are things kind of on the outside. That doesn't really help you understand it a little bit, but that's kind of the difference. Extensive versus intensive, exterior versus interior. So how they describe this is extensive is a property of matter that is quantity dependent. So more, less like there's a number, because all these have numbers to them. Mass, volume, length. They don't mean quantity like a number. They mean quantity like an amount. And so if you think about it, if I have a substance like a beaker of water or a piece of wood or a piece of metal, if I add more to that or take away some of that, all of these numbers will change. The weight of it will change. The mass will change. The volume, how much space it takes up, will change. The length will change. Those are quantity dependent. So if I add more or I cut it in half, each of these numbers will change. Now, intensive properties, these are things that will not change, no matter how much or how little I have. Their examples are color. If I have a piece of wood, it doesn't matter whether, if it's the same type of wood, it doesn't matter whether I have a small piece or a giant sheet, it's all going to be the same color wood. Odor, does it, like if you were talking about sulfur or some sort of chemical that has a smell. Obviously, it might be easier to smell it because there will be more smell, but the smell itself won't change. A little piece of sulfur smells the same as a giant brick of sulfur. Hardness, like a diamond. Diamonds are all hard. Doesn't matter whether you have a tiny little diamond or one of the big rocks that celebrities have on their engagement rings that cost like $5 million. They're all the same hardness. And so it doesn't matter whether you have more or less. It's not quantity dependent. It's independent of quality or quantity. Another couple things that they talk about that isn't really mentioned in the PowerPoint, density, whether something floats or not. If I have a little block of wood, or if you break a stick off of a tree by the lake, you shouldn't break sticks off of trees by the lake. But if you did, and you threw that stick in the water and it floated, because oftentimes wood floats, right? If you throw that stick in the water and it floats, you could literally cut down the whole tree and throw the whole tree in the lake. And the tree is heavy. It weighs a lot, but the density is not different. So even though that tree might weigh 500 pounds or 1,000 pounds, if the little stick floats, if you throw the tree in the lake, the whole tree is going to float, all of it. It's not going to sink to the bottom. Doesn't matter how heavy it is. The density is the thing that's keeping it up above water. So that is an intensive property. Doesn't change. Another thing they talk about is boiling point or freezing point. Water freezes at 32 degrees. Doesn't matter if I have a little bit of water or a whole lake full of water. It's going to freeze at 32 degrees. That is an intensive property. So when they say quantity, don't necessarily think, is there a number or not? Think, will this change if I have more or if I have less? Or will this stay the same no matter how much I have? That's what they're talking about with extensive and intensive. So that's the assignment today. I think there's only 9 questions. There's a couple where you sort things back and forth. So if you get them wrong, let me know. Or for people online, you've probably already done this. Send me an email with a screenshot of your problem, and I'll be able to help you out. But that's all we're doing today. And whenever you get done, find something quietly to work on. And if you're at home, maybe like dress up as a Star Trek person or a nurse or a Whataburger employee, and we'll all be part of the same squad together. Even though we're not together, we're in different places. So have a nice day, and I will see y'all tomorrow.